Welcome to Vybez and Side Eyez, where the tea is hot and the takes are hotter.
Hey, it's your girl Maria J.
And I'm Taylor Made. Welcome to the podcast where we talk pop culture, real life, and everything in between.
We're bringing the good vibes.
And the side eyes for everything wild in the world of pop culture.
Let's get
Let's get
into it.
into it. You guys, this is our first episode.
Yes, first episode of 2026, y'all. We are so excited.
Yes, this is going to be so great. I'm really excited about this.
We're gonna keep y'all entertained with all of the different topics. Also, if y'all have, well, I guess we can get into that too. But if y'all have different entries or topics that y'all want us to talk about, please share them on our socials.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay, so you guys, we're at the part of the show. In the beginning, we're going to start off with a vibe check just to check the temperature of the room and see how we're doing today. So, Taylor Made, how are you doing today, girl?
I'm good. I'm doing really, really well. Today is Sunday. It's Super Bowl Sunday. We had a great night last night. Me, you, and a few of our friends went out on the town. So, you know what? We had a good time. Honestly, I'm feeling good. How about you?
Yes, that is wonderful. I am doing good as well, just mentally preparing myself for the new week. But we had such a wonderful, empowering word today at church, and girl, it got me amped. Plus, last night was a super high. You know, after 30, you have to kind of regroup after you stay out a little
Mm-hmm.
late.
Yes,
But I'm doing good. I
absolutely.
had some caffeine.
Amen. Amen. Very much so needed.
Yes. How was the? It was absolutely. How was the Super Bowl half show?
It was really good, honestly. Like, Bad Bunny did his thing, and I know those people are mad. So, happy about that. I know they mad.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that.
Yes. Very
Nice.
Latino, very Latino.
And I feel like they had like a Latino half show on another sports event. I can't remember what it was, but I was like, okay, show up.
Yeah. Yeah, this was good. It was really good, actually.
Mm-hmm. Next segment is juicy topics and attention grabbers. Oh yeah, so popcorn and opinions.
Popcorn and opinion.
hmm
Okay. Do you got anything juicy to share?
Let me see. Oh my gosh. Not as of this week. I don't have
Okay.
nothing nothing juicy yet.
I don't have anything juicy this week, but I do have some opinions that we can talk about. So I don't know if that one's a downer, so maybe not that one.
Do I need some tissues?
Yeah, maybe we don't need to talk about that one. I was like, wait, maybe not that one. But I would say, the state of the world. It's kind of crazy out here. We can't really ignore that, although we're having a good time on the pod.
Yes.
We're in America, so there's a lot going on right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, my opinion is like something's gotta change real soon. But it's really hard. I think we talked about this a week or so ago. Just it's really hard to focus and maintain regular life while it feels like our world is like burning around us.
Yeah.
And so I really hope all of you guys and us ourselves, because we're going to take our own advice, are, protecting your mental health, doing what you have to do to stay sane, because it's crazy out here. And oh, I know another thing. TikTok needs to relax.
Yes.
Okay. Give it back to the people who originated.
Yeah.
That's my opinion right there. Our government needs to give TikTok back because I'm done.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with those two topics because so first of all, I do have an opinion real quick since we were talking about the state of the world. I know that you've seen the circulation of former President Barack Obama and his wife and the
Mm.
video that got put out there. And it's like, sir, you doing all of this out of hate because you wish that you could have that that kind of character.
Like your wife won't even hold your hand.
No, it's like,
Yeah,
yeah, because she already knows what you're about and what you have done, and that's all you have up under your name. So you have to belittle people to make yourself feel like something, and
for sure.
that's not the representation of a leader.
No, it was definitely a choice to do that in
Hmm.
Black History Month of all
Yeah.
months. It was 100% a choice.
Hmm. Yep, for sure. And then with TikTok, people have been circulating some funny videos about TikTok. I think I did mention that this one documentary, this this guy that's famous on TikTok was talking about how he's been shadow banned. He interviewed a lot of different other TikTokers, and he was saying how they lost a lot of revenue. Like they changed their revenue income to like 1 cent per view, and I was like,
Yes. Nope, I heard that too.
yeah.
Confirmed. Yeah. Yeah.
So people with like 6.5 million views, you're not making no kind of no coin, not at all.
The American way,
Hmm.
on brand.
And that's a shame though, because you think about different creative outlets that you have to make some extra income, and some people that's all that they do for their,
Exactly.
yeah, for their source of income, and just everything has just been tainted, touched, and whatever, and
Mm.
it is terrible.
It is terrible. The
Hmm.
algorithm is such trash right now. Like it's literally in before, I won't lie, before if I liked something too many times, like say there were comedians on my FYP. If
Hmm.
I liked 3 or 4 comedian videos, then yeah, is my FYP about to start sending me more comedians?
Hmm.
That's fair. It was already kind of like, that's annoying. I just really like those comedians specifically. I don't need all of them. But
Yeah.
now, I kid you not, it happened to me so many times this weekend.
Hmm.
I will, like, I saw a video on, I've been a lot of true crime stuff. I saw a video on the Idaho 4 murders that happened a few years ago, and
Yeah.
I pressed like on it. Next video was about Idaho 4 murders. Next video was normal, and then the next video was Idaho 4 murders. I was like, yo, didn't
Right.
want to do that.
Right.
It's been, and so that has happened to me like 4 different times, like where I'll like something and then the next like 10 videos, not super back to back, but like almost dang near back to back, or like what I
Mhm.
liked previously. I'm like, this is weird. This is not like before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so that does confirm that they have literally automated TikTok. Like
for
it's
sure.
a machine for sure.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And TikTok was such a fun place. Like that was an escape for so many people
It
during COVID.
was. I'm
And
saying.
they
I'm
have just,
saying.
yes, they have ruined it. Give it back. It needs to go back. And if y'all know any like good alternatives to TikTok, let us know, y'all, because we like to stay in the loop of stuff. And
Yeah.
TikTok is like we need a duplicate if it's not gonna
Yeah.
return.
It's so funny because I'm on Threads as well, which is like an alternative to X or Twitter.
Hmm.
And Threads is like really fun. It's what Twitter used to be. I feel like when it was Twitter wasn't as toxic.
Hmm.
So yeah. Everybody, there was one post on Threads that said, the problem is, and it was a white person. She was like, I went to another platform to, get away from TikTok. The problem is, it's not going to be fun until the black people get here.
Shout out to you,
She's
person.
not wrong. The black people make it cool, So it's just like
Hmm.
she's just like, I'm waiting on the black people to get. I thought that was so funny. It's so accurate. I was like, exactly.
Yes,
Yeah,
we have
yeah.
to bring our culture and our flavor to the
As long as she
application.
knows, she knows. She's like, I'm waiting on the seasoning. I'm tired.
Yes. Where is the Lowry seasoning salt? We need,
Right.
we need a
She's like,
sprinkle real quick.
it's tasting bland right now.
Yeah.
I just got a big tickle out of that. I thought that was so funny.
Can we also get into not to like take it down a downward spiral, but since we were talking about the government, let's get into ICE and that whole situation. Kids getting stripped from their families. Parents not knowing if they're going to get to see their children again. They go to work, come home, maybe. Or the kids are in school and get snatched. Like this is ridiculous.
It's terrifying. I can't even like imagine being Hispanic right now, or like any. honestly, they're taking more than just Hispanic people, but like
Mhm.
if you are Hispanic, you are definitely going to be targeted way more. And I just
Mhm.
feel like I don't know. I just that has to feel terrifying, even if they are like a natural born citizen. Like you, I've heard of these people getting put in
Huh?
the detention centers, and it takes them weeks to get out because they are actually legal. But it takes them weeks. Like you are traumatized by then. Like I don't know. It makes me sick. It just makes me sick. It makes me
Mhm.
sad for sure.
It is. There was this lady, I believe she was in Jamaica. Well, I think she's from Jamaica, but she was in Queens, New York, and she was giving an account that she was at this grocery store, well, a Jamaican store. And ICE bust back through the back door and was like grabbing her up by her shirt, and like, "Where's your documents?" And it's like, really?
My God.
She
Like,
has a
why would you
small,
just have them on you?
right?
Why would you?
Like, oh yeah, where's my keys, my wallet,
Yeah,
and my ID? Where's my
in my
birth
file
certificate?
folder.
Right. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go get my file cabinet out the trunk.
Yeah, like literally. Even then, they probably wouldn't let you go get it out the trunk, child. Like,
Right.
they'd be like, nah, you should have had it in your pocket. Like,
Yeah.
what? Are you okay? Like, what?
That's some deep
It's crazy.
pockets.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But yeah, it's sad. They're using it as a reason, like you said, to target different kind of black people and like just people of color in general are being targeted right now. And I'm just like, I don't even have the words. And I just feel like a part of me, because I'm big on conspiracies and stuff, like a part of me feels like we're heading down the Handmaid's Tale road pipe, but like, or
Lord.
pipeline. But I'm hoping that's not the case. I don't know if you've ever seen that show.
A couple episodes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're on our way. Because it's kind of scary because it looks a lot like the first couple seasons of the
Mm.
show. Like we're in that period of time right now where they're beating people on the street, they're doing all this and that. It's just like not looking good.
No, and the thing I can't understand either because I'm sure you heard about Alex Pretty as well, the guy that worked at the hospital
Yes.
that got shot down. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, those people were not of color. So if y'all can keep supporting this person and he's doing
Mm-hmm.
all this evil, all this wrong, spewing out all of this hate, and you don't see a problem with it, that says a lot
Exactly.
about you.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
there's no
I,
excuse anymore.
I was just telling my friend the other day, like I feel powerless in a way. I mean, obviously we have prayer, we have all those different things, and obviously God is still God, but it's just like it's no but to that, but you know what I mean, like,
Hmm.
but it's just like it's daunting and it's hard because like I still have to pay my bills. So it's like you
Right.
still have to like get up. Like I'll be working legit. I'll be working and then I'm like I'll go to the bathroom or something and I'm scrolling and I see like just the mayhem happening outside or wherever and I'm just like okay and then I go back to my desk. That's not like that's in no way we normalize it because we don't have a choice, but like that's
Hmm.
just not normal,
It's not.
right? To have to keep
Mhm.
working. It's like excuse me. There's a
Right.
war happening. There's a civil war happening, and I'm just supposed to clock in and make sure I have that deadline. Like, make sure I meet that deadline.
Right.
I'm like, okay,
It's like, do I go back to working or do I go check on my bunker? Like, what's supposed to be
right,
happening right now? Because
exactly.
my
Because
mind and my
it's
soul are
giving bunker.
confused.
Yeah, it's definitely giving bunker. But I'm gonna watch this Netflix show. Like, what are we doing? Like, because we're just like trying to keep busy and keep our minds kind of off of it, but like we're informed, but
Hmm.
sometimes I have to like not watch it for a little while because I'm just like, oh my god. But then like that's a privilege to just not watch it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's happening.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Man, we didn't even mean to spend that much time there,
We
but it's
didn't.
just, it's so important. It's so
It is,
important.
and we want y'all to know where this podcast stands.
Yes.
It's F Ice over here. Bye.
Right.
Ice out all the things.
There is no questioning that up over here at all. Y'all, but it's serious times. Like, so just like whenever you out hanging out, stay vigilant, stay aware of stuff. But whatever you do though, do not be intimidated, because that's the whole tactic, is to get us scared and to get us to back down. And when them
Absolutely.
midterm elections come, honey, we at the
Ooh.
polls. Okay.
Yes, yes. It's a little late, I guess, if you're in Dallas, but I don't know. If you're somewhere else, make sure you're registered to vote. Hopefully, if you're in Dallas, hopefully you're already registered. So,
Yes. And try not to do any mail-in votes. If you can, get to the site. I believe
yes.
it's what, February 17th is when it starts, to the
Mhm.
27th.
I believe you're right. Yeah.
Yes, so that is early voting time. So make sure y'all get out there, show up. Like, it's important, like more than ever.
Yes. And it's really important to do the early voting. And I tell that to myself because honestly, I'm always waiting to the last minute. And I realize now the early voting is where it's key, because on the voting day, they try to do all different types of things to keep people from voting. So I think if you do early voting, if we do that in mass amount, there's a better chance that it's a little more fair than if we go on the day. Because I just feel like some weirdness is going to happen on the day, machines not working, all these weird things. But early
Hmm.
voting typically right now is pretty safe, it seems like, because it's you don't know when people are going to go, because there's like a period of time, not just one day.
Right.
And so
Y'all listen, that's wisdom right there. Show up.
early voting. And we'll put a link. We'll put a link below on, like, to go and find, where your voting poll is and things like that, just to have a resource for you guys.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So I guess I'll hand it over to Taylor Made now, and she can introduce us to what we're actually talking about tonight.
All right. So today's topic is why we're choosing ourselves out loud. So we can talk about like boundaries, growth, things that we've learned. We're both in our mid 30s, so we can talk about the transition from the 20s to the 30s, things like that. But why ultimately now we're both single women as well. Why we're choosing ourselves in this period of time versus the alternative, which is settling, going into situations, things like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, this is gonna be such a good topic
It
because
is.
so a little bit of like a background story. Me and Taylor May go way back, like four flats on a Cadillac.
Like prehistoric times,
Yeah,
BC, if you will.
absolutely. Yeah, so we've been knowing each other since I guess people would call that grade school. We
Yeah,
still have some
yeah, yeah.
numbers attached to that thing.
Right, right.
And so just to like see the different stages of life that we have gone through,
Yes.
like it's amazing, because it's like we were just trying to figure out things, and then now look at where we are now.
I
Yeah.
love that. I love that for us.
Yes. Cause you don't
And there's like
listen.
no man attached with that.
No.
I love that. Love that for
Hmm.
us.
Yeah.
Like not. I'm not saying like if there was, there would be a problem, but I just think it's really cool we are where we are, and like that was God. That was like God through us, not like through. It didn't have to come through a man. So
Hmm.
love that.
Yes. I feel like since we talked about 20s, I feel like my boundaries used to be a lot loose, a lot more loose. Um, I don't think I really understood boundaries when it came to myself. Not to say that I was like a doormat or anything, but I would let a lot of stuff just fly over my head, like let a lot of stuff slide. And I'd be like,
Hmm.
"Oh yeah," and then do a lot of second guessing when it came to things, and doubt. But like that transition period, after I went through a few things, got a little grease up under my belt, I was like, okay, so now I know where I need to put my foot down, how this needs to be. And then that
Hmm.
also comes with just standing on that solidness, that people just need to respect you. Like, you have to, they can
Hmm.
only do as much as you allow them to do to you.
Exactly.
And if you don't open the door for the foolishness must flee.
Yes.
Hmm.
Exactly. No, I'm glad you said doubt. So I think that's where the lack of boundaries came from within me,
Hmm.
was doubting, because I would think, I was like, oh, but if I'm too strict, he's not gonna want to like be with me because I'm just so like, don't touch me, or like, don't, whatever. Like, I felt like if I was too strict with things, then that would turn him off versus like him being intrigued. Like, I didn't think highly enough of myself to think, well, maybe that actually will make him like, that will probably make him want to ask more questions or whatever. No,
Mm-hmm.
I thought like, no, like I'm not cool enough for that. Like, if I don't give it all, then it's like, oh, he's not going to be interested. I was doubting my own self worth on that. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
like how I valued myself for sure. So I'm glad you said doubt, like big time on that.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, because a lot of times we'll just kind of go back and forth with ourselves, and we're like, "No, it's probably not that," or "Am I tripping?" And then it's like, "No,
Yes.
girl, you're not tripping. Like
Hmm.
that person is the problem."
Yes. And I've said this to all my friends, like my gut has never been wrong, like
Mm-hmm.
ever really been wrong. And I've had that gut feeling. We all have that innate feeling. I've had that since I can remember, but like I didn't start following it until after I turned 30. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't start trusting it until after. I would always think, that's anxiety, you're thinking crazy, like that's not what that is. I would fight, I would do the opposite of what that gut feeling was sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
um and so yeah, once I started trusting my gut on stuff more, it's kind of funny because I'm in a point in my life where I'm more confident than I've ever been in so many different ways. We don't have to get into that right now, but like there's just so many ways I'm more confident. And
Yes.
I have been, this is the most I've been single, like the most singleness season that I've had. And
Mm-hmm.
it's so interesting to me because I'm like, when I lacked boundaries,
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't that many, but it was more than, it was attention some, here and there. But it's like
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden after 30, like I started trusting things. I started putting hard boundaries with a lot of different things. And then all of a sudden it was like, love life wise, it was like silence. It was
Mm-hmm.
like, okay. So, you have your days, or I have my days where I'm just like, wait, wish I was a little more toxic like I used to be. Because I don't know when's the last time I had a text message that wasn't a friend or family. I'm just like, lonely. I mean, FedEx text me the other day. I got a little excited. I'm not gonna lie, because I was like, "Oh, who is it? Oh, okay. Thank you for my package."
Yeah.
Um, so you have your days because ovulation is still a thing.
Absolutely. That ain't go nowhere.
That ain't going nowhere, and that should get stronger as you get older. Apparently, as the hell I know. So that's just, I mean, I have my days, but for the most part, like I'm okay with that though, because and maybe that's going into the next thing, but like my peace is like priceless. Like,
Yes.
I can't even explain it.
And setting those boundaries for yourself and being grounded in who you are, doesn't it feel freeing? Like you do not feel like a weight is on you. It's like, oh my
No,
gosh.
no, it's just
I
like
mm-hmm.
take or leave it.
Uh-huh. That's
Take it or leave it.
it.
Yeah, because I know I'm the prize. Like
Mm-hmm.
I know for sure now. I should have known back then too, honestly. But I can't change the past. Like, but I know now that I'm
Mm-hmm.
the prize, and that's like jokes on you.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes. And y'all don't get that twisted. Like somebody who is confident in who they are and what they want out of life, that does not mean that, a woman, since we are speaking, as women, that women won't compromise. But we just not standing for no BS either. So come
exactly.
correct.
Exactly, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's just certain things that I let fly, like you said earlier, in my 20s, that I'm just like, I would never do. Like, it's like, I know they say for women, I think our frontal lobe is connected at 20 or 21 or something, and men it's like 25, but I
Uh-huh.
think it's 30. They're lying. Okay,
Right.
because when I tell you it's such a shift, and I thought it was just
It
me,
is.
but then I had a friend recently who was just turned 30, and she's just like, I don't know, it's just like this, like I don't want to deal with BS anymore. I was like, it ain't just me. I
Right.
truly think that it's something that happens between, I'd say like between 28 or 27, 28 and 30, 31. Like there's just something in between there where we just grow up even more. Most people, if you're on a healing journey, you know more about yourself. I mean, if you're still being childish in the world, then maybe you don't have that. But
Yeah.
like,
We ain't went through
if you
nothing.
Yeah, like I feel like you have to be in a certain space to receive that. But
Mm,
it's a shift and it's a mental shift. Even like being 35, I feel like it's different than how I felt at 30. Like I
for
think
sure.
there's been a big shift at 35 and this year we turned 36.
My God. Turn up.
36. It's crazy. 36 is crazy, but grateful to be here. Um, but I just feel like even 35 was a big shift for me because it's like them boundaries got even harder.
Right. Yes. They went up a
No.
notch.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna stay here too long because I know we just rolling through. When it comes to boundaries, I also hear like a lot of women say that they're okay being single
Mm-hmm.
and they're just okay with the way that their lives are. And if you ask people the numbers, amount of years that they have been single, it has been a hot little minute. And it doesn't sound like they're willing to let up at any point. And that's kind of sad, but it's necessary and it's okay.
It is.
Hmm.
And it's
Yep.
gonna have to be okay because what's the alternative? You know what I'm saying? Like I can't
Yeah.
make a guy be right. I can't. That came with the 30. I realized, oh, like I literally can't make you love me. Like I just
Yeah.
it's called kidnapping. If I do, like I can't do that. Like I'm not allowed to kidnap and things like that.
Hmm.
I can't hold you hostage. Like be free of me. Like it's fine. But yeah, okay, so I have an example. So maybe this is my juicy. It's not really that juicy, but I was on a
Let's get
dating
into
site
it.
recently.
Hmm.
I was on a dating site recently, and the guy asked me, how long have you been single?
Hmm.
And I told him, and I cringed because like I was like, well, 7 years. And it was so funny because I didn't just say 7 years. I said, well, I have a 7-year-old and I've been single 7 years. And I thought
Hmm.
about that after. I was like, Taylor, why did you even have to give a buffer? Like, why did it? But in my head, I'm thinking, I already know 7 years sounds so bad. Like in my brain, I'm
Yeah.
judging myself. Like 7 years sounds so bad, and I wanted to give some type of buffer, like, oh, but like maybe he'll give me grace and be like, well, she's taking care of a life for 7 years and may have not had time.
Yeah.
Well, that's not what happened, of course.
Yeah.
He's like 7. Oh, and the other buffer was I've dated in between, but relationship wise, 7 years. So I gave like two different buffers just to make sure he didn't think I was some cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Didn't matter. He was like, he didn't even acknowledge those two buffers. He's just like, oh, that's a long time. And I was like,
Yeah.
it is. But yeah, I just was like, I thought about that and I haven't felt like ashamed or anything like that in a while. And that just happened like a couple weeks ago. And I haven't even been back on the app since because basically we kind of talked a little bit more and he just couldn't get over the whole like, it's been 7 years. And I'm like, why is that a negative?
Right.
I just don't see how that's now. If I would have said, it's still not, but I would understand it more if I said I've never been in a relationship.
Hmm.
Um, and I don't even think that's still a red flag. I just think it's like, oh, okay, well, it's a lot of pressure because like
Yeah.
now I could be your first in 35 years. That's a lot of pressure.
Right.
But I would understand that more. But 7 years, and I've clearly just given you reasons on why that could be. And
Hmm.
instead of just asking what I've done in those 7 years and things like that, you're just like, that's a long time. Like, probably like, what's wrong with you?
That shows where he is. Sir, grow up.
Exactly. Yeah, immediately. Because I was just like, why am I explaining myself?
Right.
Why am I? I
Hmm.
was like, we're not going back there. I was like, anyways, I woke up the next morning, unmatched him because I was like, he was asking another question. I said, oh, no. No. I'm not about to sit up here and apologize for choosing myself for 7 years.
No. Nope. Yeah, because it could have been like, if any follow up, any sane person with a good follow up question. Oh, well, what happened to lead you to those 7 years of being single?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Which told me he didn't know how to communicate well anyway. So that's why I was
Hmm.
like, oh no, I don't want to go back and forth. You're not about to make me feel crazy for, first off, the first 3 to 4 years are non existent anyways. I'm not even sleeping those 3 to 4 years. So you're going to have to give me a break at least for
Hmm.
the 3 to 4.
See, and these are the examples that we're talking about. This is why it's okay for us to stay single because y'all need to learn how to communicate. what, what is wrong with opening up and asking questions? You don't know unless you ask. Please stop
Exactly.
assuming things.
Yes, exactly.
Hmm. No, but there
Mm-mm-mm.
is some good tea right there. Child,
Yeah,
I've been thinking about getting I don't know. It's gonna have to be like a sign from the Lord to be like, girl, get back on the day naps and let's see. Because
yeah,
I don't like to prejudge it and be like, I already know what's out there. But then after a couple conversations, I'd be like, and this is
yeah,
why I have
yeah.
not been on here.
Not
But
about
I
to
mean,
stress me out.
you get into those phases where you're like, okay, I just want to communicate with somebody, see what's out
For
there.
sure. Yes.
That
Yeah.
time will roll back around. It's okay.
Yeah, I think it's normal. I think, and it's so funny because I mean, I don't know about you. I've seen so many TikToks on that, like where girls did. So I think that's just pretty normal. Where it's like three
Mhm.
or 4 months, you might be on there, and then you'll go off for 3 or 4 months or whatever. Because like I said, ovulation's real, and so sometimes you want to get back on there, and you're just like, you know what? Let's go on there. You're all hopeful and stuff, and
Mhm.
then don't take you much long to realize why you took it off in the first place. It's just a vicious cycle. I don't know when that will stop for me. I think it, and also like I don't like go out to like bars, lounges, things like that to meet people. So sometimes I'd be like, well, you're not giving it that opportunity. You're not
Mhm.
even giving it. And so that's when I kind of play that in my mind. And that makes me usually re download that because I'm like, well, you got to meet them somewhere, girl. And so,
Same. Yep.
yeah, yeah.
It's like, well, if
Mhm.
I go to Home Depot and they're not there, then let me just go ahead and download the app again. See what's going
Yes.
on.
And you know what? I saw that TikTok where and you see who's chronically online because I done mentioned TikTok about 5 times. Um, it's a problem. Uh, but they said it's really good to go in Home Depot, Lowe's, any like of these hardware stores and just like act like you don't know what's going on. And I'm like, what does it say about me that I only get like butch old white women that come up to me and be like, ma'am, can I help you?
Yeah.
I
No,
was told
Susan.
there'd be men's here.
Yeah.
I said, this don't work.
Where's the rest of the staff? I didn't come here for
Absolutely.
you.
Yes. I'm like, it's either that or I start getting the bubble guts. One of the two, I don't know what it is about Home Depot and Lowe's, but when I go in there, I got to go. I'm like, I gotta go. I can't stay long. So I don't think it works.
I just came in here
Mm.
for a quick second. I'm sorry,
Yes,
I left my wallet in the car.
absolutely.
No, but that'll take us to our next segment of growth. So
Mm.
from 20s to 30s. I know for sure. Oh my gosh. And I think we were just talking about this the other day, and I can't remember what the subject was, but from my 20s to 30s, like communication was a big thing for me. Um, so 20s, listen, instead of me having to go through it and talk about it, I'm shutting it down. I'm just done. I'm walking away.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything. But in my 30s, I realized that didn't help me or the person that was in
Right.
that situation.
Hmm.
And it's like you just leave like a lot of unanswered questions, a lot of things
Yes.
unresolved. And it's
Hmm.
like you have these what ifs. That person is probably like, well, dang, she didn't even care enough to
Hmm.
say
Hmm.
nothing.
Hmm.
So I think communication, that's why I'm so huge on communication now. And I'm just like, that's key. And I don't care what kind of relationship or arena it's in, you have to have that
Absolutely.
communication.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Um, I think for my 20s to 30s, one of the things that I needed to do was really listen more and
Hmm.
listen like not with the intent of responding. And I still have problems with that all the time. I am not perfect, but
Hmm.
especially relationally, because I kind of went back, I've had 7 years to reflect.
Yeah.
Because as horrible as I could say a certain person was in that situation, like
Hmm.
it takes two people to tango.
Yeah.
I'm not an angel, so like I said, I had 7 years to reflect, and every now and then I would go back and kind of do, I don't know what it's called, but like I would do like, I don't know what it's called, but I would review it and be like, okay, where like about me, not the other person, because I could go days and days and talk about what the other person did, but also like what did I do?
Right.
And so I went back and looked at that, and I was like, a lot of the times, like I would be because I purposely didn't want to confront the situation. Like I would kind of like you said before, like pretend that wasn't happening. And I would try to talk that person back into the situation, or I would talk, and say like, oh no, that's not what happened. Like I would create my own bubble in reality, and it was all false. Like it wasn't even real. It would just be, I remember we went on like a little mini vacation with another couple,
Mm-hmm.
and that whole time I was just like plain old miserable. But I'm like, oh, this will be great. And I had talked it up so much. And
Yeah.
we get in there, and like the whole ride, he's like on his phone, like way away from me on the car and all that. And I'm just like, why did I do this? Like, why did I do, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I had to basically beg him to come on this trip. Like, mind you, like he was trying to get out of it on the day. And I'm just like, you can't back out now. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we're already going. And it was just such a miserable trip for the most part. I mean, there were some good moments here and there, but like, that was because one of my friends was there, like
Yeah.
not because of him, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, what was the point of making it happen when that's why, oh my gosh, I hate hearing that now when people say that, whether it's on TV or my friends saying it, we're just going to make it work. I'm like, baby,
If you have to force it, let it go.
let
Let
it
it
go.
go.
You know, make it work. Please don't.
Mhm. Right.
Like, no one should be like that. Is such a turn off to me now. Whereas before, I feel in my 20s, it's like, yeah, we're gonna make it work. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
no, we shouldn't have to be making it work. We should be doing this together. This is a partnership. This is this and that. I don't know. It just that whole sentence triggers me now. I'm like,
Yeah, and I don't know if it's because we have like a mindset of we don't want to have something fail or what that is, but it's like get rid of it. If it's
yeah,
not going to work,
100%.
just let it go.
Yeah, because I realize that now it's more embarrassing trying to hold on to it. I'm like, oh
Mm-hmm.
my God, like I probably look like a clown. I probably looked like a straight clown trying to hold this grown person hostage,
Mm-hmm.
um, and low key beg them to stay, but not like I'm saying that out loud, but just with my actions. Like
Right.
it's like my actions and how I was moving about the whole situation was like I was low key begging to stay. I'm like, ew, like why was I doing that?
Mm-hmm.
Like you were in my place. Like these like I had stuff going for myself. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You go back and you look at it and you're just like, you wish you could go back in time, but you
Yes, and change some things around. You just be like,
can't.
wow. I don't know about you, but do you ever go back and like just think about stuff and you like, oh, so this is why this and this happened. Like it makes sense now. You put things together
Yes,
and you like, I totally missed that back then.
100%,
Mm-hmm.
100%. And I'm like, I don't know how I missed that, but
Mm-hmm.
I missed it. It happens all the time. And the sad part is, I don't know if it's because I have ADHD or if I have a little tism or what it is, but I will just get random flashbacks
Uh-huh.
of just some humiliating stuff, and it'll
Mm-hmm.
just be like I'm washing dishes, like you let that Negro come back. Oh, why did you put that in my brain? It was like weird stuff, like that's a bad example, but like just like random stuff like that I let slide will just
Mm-hmm.
pop up, and I'm like, what's the point of this? You want me to go get in my car, go get somebody? I'm like, what? I don't know why my brain does that, but it will do that every so often. Maybe just to
Mm-hmm.
humble me. I don't know.
I'm glad I'm not the only one. Either we both just crazy or it's natural. It's
It's
okay.
probably the first one. I'm just kidding.
I
But that's
believe you.
okay. We're gonna make it work. I'm just kidding.
One thing about this podcast is toxic.
Now that y'all are here.
Yeah. No, but
Welcome.
that's just crazy how that works. And it's just like it's all about growth, like we said. Like your mind will okay, let me ask this question. So I hear a lot of people say like lead with your heart, not your mind. Do you feel like your heart gets you in trouble most of the time and your mind saves you, or do you think it's reversed?
No, I actually would hate that I had a brain in my 20s because honestly that's kind of what stopped me from going overboard probably with some people or whatever, because my
Mhm.
heart of course wanted this person. It's like, no, I want this person, I want this person.
Mhm.
But then like my mind, and then like I said, like my gut, which I feel like is connection to the mind, but usually I just feel it. here,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes in my throat too. Like you just get this weird feel like you just can't shake.
Yeah.
For me, it came in the form of I started not being able to eat. I started not being able to sleep. That was
Mm-hmm.
huge. And I was already dealing with a newborn. So I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
sleeping anyways.
Right.
I was just not sleeping on top of not sleeping. And so I was just kind of going a little cuckoo for cocoa puffs. But it was because my heart and my mind were fighting to the death of it. And that is, and I'm not to sound dramatic, but that really was for me. I feel like we all have that kind of rock bottom moment where you have to let one win.
Yeah.
And thank God my head won eventually. But that fight,
Mm-hmm.
whew, sleepless nights,
Yeah.
sleepless nights.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
For sure.
Hmm.
I agree with that. So I feel like um the gut feeling definitely pulls you out of situations because that heart situation, listen, it, yeah, you feel, and I feel like, I don't know, heart is tied to so many different emotions. And
Hmm.
sometimes you just have to take a second, give it a clock tick, think about the things.
You're done. Log off.
Right.
Done.
And that concludes the show. No. Just take a second and actually review some things. Like sometimes now in my 30s, I will think about a situation a little bit longer than I would, like just in that second, give some time to marinate on it, and then come to a conclusion. Because if you just go off of initial reaction, you'll be messed up every time.
100%.
And I might sound like a crazy person when I have like different things come to me, but I will literally talk to myself out loud. Well, just me and the
Oh,
Lord. And I'm like, hey, we're having a full blown conversation. We're having a podcast right now. I need help.
it's a gone out of hand though, because the other
Yeah.
day I was getting out my car to go pump gas and I'm going around the car to where I'm going to pump gas. And I was
Mhm.
like, but I don't even understand. But I'm talking to myself. I don't even understand. And the man was like pumping his gas right there. And clearly he don't see nothing in my ears or nothing. I'm like, I said, oh, we don't gone too far. We can only do that at the house. Like, please don't do that. Because I was
Let's
like,
continue this
I'm just
conversation
so
in the
mad.
car.
But I didn't know he was right there. I was like, oh. And we made full blown eye contact. I saw his pupil, he saw mine. I said, yeah, I'm crazy. Call the law. I'm going to be gone by the time you call. I'll be gone in a clock tick.
Right. He was like, yeah, no. He said, I ain't coming to this gas station no more. I'm going to drive a
Crazy.
little
Because
further.
it was a good conversation.
Yeah.
I was really about to get to my point. And
Right.
I forgot I was in public. I was like, oh my God. So I get it.
I just had to ask that real quick because I'm like, nah, hold on. Let me just check my sanity real quick. Let me see.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see what you
Mm-hmm.
thinking.
Yes.
And that takes us on to outgrowing old versions of yourself. Let the
Yes.
old of me fall off
Yes.
because sometimes it just needs to.
Yeah.
I think about gardening and pruning the leaves on a plant. And in order for you
Mm-hmm.
to get new growth and it bloom into something else, you have to get rid of the old, the dead weight.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I love that though, because, and this, I think about it like when it comes into relationships too, the different stages of the relationship that you go through, you are not the same version of yourself in each of those stages. It
Mm-mm.
changes so much.
Mm-hmm.
And you just have to be willing to like change with it. Like
Yeah.
you either gonna fight against it and not get
Yeah.
anywhere, or you just gonna conform to it and just keep the growth going.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Absolutely. It's And honestly, it's a mourning period. You have to mourn that old word. For me, I had to mourn her. I was sad because I knew that I would never be her again. That's bittersweet because as much as there was a lot of toxicity there, whether it was from me or me receiving it, um, there was youthfulness, right? We had to, oh, I just got chill. Oh, but there was youthfulness. There was I was able to be oblivious to things. I felt like I could let a lot of things slide. And sometimes, what is the ignorant is bliss or something like that? Like, because it's like sometimes it was fun being in Delulu land. I'm not gonna
Mhm.
lie. Like, not gonna lie, it was warm there.
Yes.
There was,
Where's my
it
ticket?
was, yeah, I'll leave it there. It was warm there. You get what I'm saying. But like, it was a nice place sometimes. If at the illusion of it, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
The illusion of it. So when I realized that I made the honest choice to not go back to that and to evolve into my 30s and stuff like that, I had to mourn who got me through my 20s and
Mhm.
acknowledge that that girl, as tough as she was, she cannot continue into this next chapter. So it was really bittersweet. But
Mhm.
yeah.
That's true. I like the way you broke that down because it's literally like getting rid of a person. It's
Yeah.
like that's a layer of yourself, a lot of different experiences, a lot of
Mhm.
different situations that happened.
Good and bad.
Yeah.
Good and bad.
And you just take it all. Some of them, and you know what? Some of them you do keep from that old person. I guess the
Yeah.
good ones that you can take on to
Hmm.
your new person.
For sure.
Uh-huh. But then some of them you just leave them there and you have the burial, the ceremony, and then you just
Everything.
make your way on to the next stage.
And you just release it. 1, 2, 3, release them. Anyway,
Right.
sorry. Uh, chronically online. Sorry. But yeah, I think you said it perfectly right there.
But y'all, if y'all have been liking the show, make sure you go ahead and share this to as many people as you can.
Hmm.
Maybe not your boss or your coworkers, but your friends, family, all of your loved ones.
Hmm. Hmm.
No, but share this as many people as you can. Yes, follow us on Spotify under Vibes and Side Eyes and also on YouTube at Vibes and Side Eyes Podcast, y'all.
Yes, please go stop and do that right now, and then come right back for the end.
Absolutely. Pause it, go do it, and then come on back and finish the show.
Absolutely. Get a snack too while you at it.
And then the last topic we have is why speaking only matters now. Oh, sorry. I cannot read. Why openly speaking
Oh,
matters now.
openly speaking matters now.
Y'all, it's the dyslexia. Why speaking openly matters now.
Oh, I'm like, is if 1 plus 1 is 2, and 2 plus 2 is 4,
Right,
then what the fuck is this?
right. 6 plus 6 is 12.
If Johnny had 3 apples,
Where's my belt at?
right? The light is frying my brain because I was like, wait, what? Okay, so say that one more time.
Yes, let me focus. Why speaking openly matters now.
You want to take it first?
Yes. So I feel like that is very important to speak openly now because you need to get all of your thoughts out there, any concerns that you have, because what I have learned through all of these 35 years are people are not mind readers. So how you feel like they should be reacting to something that you're feeling, they don't know unless you say something. So tell it all. Spill the
Yeah,
beans.
yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
I think personally, I never did that because I'm really good at reading people.
Uh-huh.
So I logically just thought, and that's why I'm like, I'm gonna have a little chisel. Because I thought that if I walked into a room, that everyone, if I walked into a room and I was quiet and like wasn't really talking and was just a little moody, that someone's gonna automatically realize, oh, babe, what's going on?
Mhm.
Apparently not.
Right.
Apparently I can walk into a room and it's like this other person's not affected. Whereas
Yeah.
me, if I see my significant other, my partner or whatever, come into a room and he's seeming off, blah blah blah. One, I
Mhm.
notice that he seems off, and then
Mhm.
but I'm thinking everyone thinks like this.
Right.
Absolutely not. I had spent a whole evening trying to get a guy to ask me what's wrong, and that
Mhm.
Negro went right to sleep. I know that's right. Full 8 hours, and I'm sitting up here like, He's gonna ask any minute because I've been moving this cover kind of crazy and sighing a lot. He's gonna say something. Nah, he
Yes.
said,
That's it. I'm going to go jump.
I said, okay, surely in the morning.
Hmm.
So yeah, I had to learn the same thing. Like they are not mind readers, and it irks me because I feel like I'm a mind reader,
Absolutely. You have the
but
powers.
they're not. So yeah,
Hmm.
you gotta talk, you gotta communicate. And that was one of the things that I feel like when I went to review what I didn't do wrong, that was one of those things. Like I was like, well,
Absolutely.
did you speak up or did you just like expect for him to do right all of a sudden? Or,
Hmm.
like, yes, he should, but at the same time, like, like, what did you say? And I just remember seeing so many different times just playing it back in my head where I could have said something, even though that probably wouldn't have changed anything. I am aware of this.
Hmm.
But the fact that I didn't even voice it
Right. Yep.
bothered me. Yeah,
Hmm. And I agree with that because I used to get so angry at the other person, and I'm just like, "Are you not picking up what I'm putting down?" And it's like, "No,
exactly.
you ain't said
No,
nothing. You
I'm
have
gonna
not
eat.
told
I'm
me
gonna
a
sleep.
lick." Hmm.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna go to work. I ain't
Hmm.
me. I'm sick all day because I think
Right.
you mad at me. If I think you mad at me, I'm sick all day.
Yeah.
Like it's not the same. And so you
Hmm.
think they're gonna be like that, and it's like no.
Yeah. Yeah, and I had to come to that conclusion. I'm like, I can't keep looking for myself and other people. Like, just because
Yes.
you operate a certain way does not mean the other person is going to operate that way. And that's frustrating because I feel you need to be acting like I am. But
Yes. Get in line. Robotic movements. It
yes.
all. Absolutely.
Hmm. It just
Mhm.
does not happen that way. It's like, okay, well, they're not a magician and they are not a mind reader. And ma'am,
I
you are,
don't like that.
yes, this is not a Build-A-Bear workshop. We're not doing it.
No, child. Mm-mm. That went out a long time ago with the
Hmm.
Build-A-Bear. I'm out of stuffing. Absolutely not.
Hmm.
Mm-mm. Done.
But that is funny. Like, ask me the same question back in my 20s, I would have been like, yeah, no. He needs to know exactly how I'm feeling. He needs to tell me what's going on. A, B,
I
C, and
just
D.
yes. I
Mm-hmm.
really did think that. I really thought that if he came home and I didn't run, like, not that I ever, I'm not a dog. I didn't run up to him every time he came. But like if someone comes in and you're like, hey, babe, like, how was your day? Blah, blah, blah. I
Mm-hmm.
thought that if I don't do that, he's gonna be like, hey, you good?
Right.
Instead of just being like, like if I'm more quiet, I'm like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
he'd be like, hey, walk right on in. I said,
Right.
oh, any minute now, he's gonna ask why I was just kind of short with him.
Mm-hmm.
Any minute.
Yeah.
Any minute. I'm going to the store. Oh, okay. Bye. So yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
didn't work. It did not work.
Mm-hmm.
So
Man, y'all, that is kind of going through the changes of life. But
hindsight is 2020. It really
yes.
is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But it's so good if you are, and I want to know, like, so y'all drop that in the comments too, because I believe you can leave those on Spotify. But let
Mhm.
us know, like, the different age groups that have listened to this podcast, and if you agree, and like, what different things took place in your life for you. Well, what age were you when it just clicked for you, and you're like, okay,
Mm.
I'm at this next stage now.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if any of y'all are in your 20s currently.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and with the knowledge that's out there now, and we had internet obviously in our 20s, but like I feel like with TikTok and like a lot of different other platforms now, I feel like I don't know for sure. That's why I want to hear from the 20 something year olds if any watch, because do you feel more empowered to speak up now? And now that you see in mass amounts other people who may be going through the same thing, I feel like back then, if I felt away, maybe I could go on Twitter and see if someone was feeling the same way. But it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't like now where I could go on TikTok and be like, boyfriend, or baby daddy does this or something like that, and get like thousands and thousands of videos on how to
Yes,
handle their situation. And you feel commonality there. I don't think we had anything like that. Really, you could put it on Facebook, but then now your auntie and them know your business.
absolutely.
That was
Yes.
like the best. I feel like the equivalent to that, like maybe doing Snapchat posts and stuff like that. We did stuff like that, but that was more like passive aggressive posts.
Yes, I was gonna
It
say
wasn't
those different
really,
places.
yeah.
Yeah, those are more
Mm-mm.
like open, like online diaries for us.
Yes,
But I feel
yes.
like
That's all
TikTok
we
is,
had.
yes, TikTok is referencing. Like you can go in there, like you said, and you have a therapist on TikTok because
Yes,
so Susie Ann is going through the same thing. Okay, girl.
yes, yes. I
Mm-hmm.
think
Yes.
that's really helpful. I mean, even to this day, there's so many different things that even in singledom, I will to normalize it for myself because sometimes I go into a spiral of like singleness. And so I'll go on TikTok or even Instagram and just be like, this, like, feeling like this is this, and just get all these videos of, and maybe that's not healthy, I don't know, but like to see all these people kind of going through a similar situation makes me not feel alone. It makes me feel better about the situation and just again know that I'm not alone in it. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. I say this like y'all know this my third part. But this
That's
one is a
okay.
surefire one, okay?
Third time's a charm. Okay.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But yes, do we have any closing remarks or anything?
I would say just don't feel and I'm talking about single girlies and maybe even relationship girlies. Um don't ever feel like, you can't evolve in the season that you're in. We may be in a certain season right now and you just don't know what's going to happen in a year, a few months, a few years. You just don't know, and it's just like, and it's something I tell myself all the time, like, don't cut the chapter short. Like, don't stop reading the book. You don't know how it's going to end. So it's like, just keep
Mm-hmm.
going, and it gets better. I just know it gets better, and find the joy where you're at right now is the best thing I could say.
Yes, and just to piggyback off of that, because it may feel like it's stagnant and nothing's really happening,
Mhm.
but there is growth still happening in this chapter of your life. So don't ever let
Absolutely.
anybody make you feel bad for where you are and how you're going about it.
No.
And another thing, please do not compare yourself to what you see around you. Stay focused
Mm-mm.
on you because everybody goes down different paths and you don't know what that behind the scenes looks like for that
Yeah,
situation. Hmm.
absolutely. And also, a little tip and trick. When I start feeling too stagnant and feeling like my life is a Truman Show. I don't know if you know that reference, but like feeling like it's all fake and like nothing's like you're just waking up, going to school, going to sleep, waking up, school. Why did I say school? Waking up, go to work, go to sleep, wake up, go to work, go to sleep. And it
Hmm.
feels mundane. Like I've been dealing with that a lot in my mid 30s. Similar, you have to break the simulation for a little bit. So like if
Hmm.
you start feeling like, for me, I start feeling like I'm in a simulation. I'm just doing things. I'm like a little Sims person. I'm not really living. I
Yes.
have to break the simulation, which means I go do something that I just don't usually do on a day to day. Just
Hmm.
something random, whatever. It could be just whatever you could do to break that simulation that day. Sometimes it's just a drive. Sometimes I don't get anything but a drive. And I'm like, I'll tell my mom, like, hey, I got to go on about 10-15 minute drive,
Yep.
and I go down a road or path that I've just never done before, just to break this simulation, break the mundane day to day to day, do something, go get an ice cream cone, something,
Yes.
something. It ain't got to be food, but you know what I mean? Like, do something and go walk around the store somewhere, go to a mall, go do something that you just typically don't do that day, and watch how good you feel afterwards. That's my
That's a
tip.
gem. Yes. Noted.
Yes, it's great. It's great. It's just really good. It's like I'm not even supposed to be here right now. Hello. I love it. I love
Hmm.
it.
Yes. No, that is good because I feel like a lot of people feel like that. And that I feel like puts pressure on people in a sense.
Hmm.
And just to break up that same routine situation. No, I was gonna put that like when it comes to relationships because sometimes in marriages, I guess that's how they might feel in that season. Like everything is
Mm.
repetitive and mundane, and I feel
Yeah,
like that's where cheating might come into play.
exactly.
So it's
You're right. That's a
yeah,
good tip for even that. Like, y'all go to a drive-in movie.
Mm-hmm.
Never been there. Just do something different that you just never. It's just so good for anyone in whatever season they're in their life to just do that every now and then. I used to do it all the
Mm-hmm.
time when before I was a mom. Like because I had more time and things like that, so I was able to do it more. But
Mm-hmm.
when I became a mom, I felt like I couldn't do those things anymore. And it's like, no, I obviously I can't do it as often, but I can still do it. So I quite enjoy it now. I look forward to it. Sometimes it's just once a week.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's once a month.
Yeah.
But, I try to do that.
Yes. So y'all, that's some tips right there from your own tailor made. Keep that
Yes.
spontaneity, whether you single or you in a relationship. Like keep it
Yes.
spicy.
Yes. Always keep it spicy.
Yes. Oh, and you know what? This would even be a good idea too for couples and single people. Like make you like a little jar, put random stuff in there and pull out of that jar. Yes.
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 Absolutely. I love that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Oh, this conversation has been so lovely, y'all, and I really have enjoyed it. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Y'all make sure
Mhm.
again to head over to YouTube and follow us on Vibes and Side Eyes podcast, and it'll be so many more conversations like this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Every week, y'all are going to be getting stuff from us. So I'm really excited. This is the most consistent thing I've done in a while. Yep. To be fair,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Wonderful, y'all. So we will be here same time, same place, and we will catch y'all in the next episode of Vibes and Side Eyes.